We're doing a thing called permutations. So, and I was telling Jordan, who's busy taking a quiz, I have to say there's some things that I'm not very good at teaching. I'm pretty good at teaching probability, and here's why. Because I'm not very good at probability. Like, I'm going to teach you the tricks that I have to use to get good at it. So today, especially for my kids coming from Algebra 2 Trig, I think you're going to have a lot more success because you're learning it from a person who's not teaching about the book. You're learning it from someone who's saying, here's how I can do your damn problems because I get stuck. But we're going to practice these. We got like, look, I got a little sheet of them, but we need to be pretty good. This stuff is going to get a little weird, and tomorrow a little weirder still, and then we put it all together, and then your head explodes and you cry, and I laugh. I get paid extra for every tear that is shed. So here we go. You can write this down anywhere you want on your paper. We're talking about things called permutations. And permutations and probability are this. It's when we mix things in their order up. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I decide that I am going to yell today at Jackson, and I'm going to yell at Owen, and I am going just because, like, Owen's not even here. I can't even yell at him. So just Jackson, and I'm going to yell at, Rachel. I hardly ever yell at Rachel. So I'll yell at Rachel today, and I'm going to yell at Gino, right? So here's what I could do. I could yell at Jackson first, and then I could yell at Rachel, and then I could yell at Gino. Or I could start by yelling at Gino, pay attention, and then go to Jackson, and then save it for you at the end, right? Or I could start by yelling at you first, seeing if I can make you cry. If I don't have any luck, then I could go to Jackson because I can always make him cry, and then and Gino. I've had a bunch of options, just changing the order. The people stayed the same. All the naughty people were the same. I just changed the order. When order matters, when you're arranging stuff, that is called a permutation, and order matters. Now, let's say instead I say, you know what? I just want to take 3 random favorite kids out to lunch, and I take Jackson and Rachel and Gino. I just grab them 3. I see them in the hall. I'm like, come on, I'm going to take you to 5 guys, right? Then it doesn't matter which order I grab them in. We're all going. So sometimes order matters today. Sometimes order not important. That's called a combination tomorrow, okay? So ways to arrange stuff when order matters. So let's try our first one. So here we go. We got Majid, Justin, Geetha, and Trevor, and they are elected to be the officers of the saddest club on campus. And that club is just them. It's just the 4 of them, and it's the pre-calc club. So I want to know how many ways I could mix them up. Now, let's say I've decided to pay them to be officers in my sad club. So one of them gets $100 to be president, someone gets $50 to be vice president, someone gets $25 to be treasurer, and someone gets $1,000 to be social director, because clearly the social director of the pre-calc club, well, that's just impossible. There's no one who's social that would do it. So here's what we want to do. There's 2 ways to do permutation problems. There's the mathy way that I'm going to show you in a little bit. So I'm going to say the math way, and we're going to learn that, mathy, and the basic way. And the basic way is what we learned yesterday, and it is called, from yesterday, they call it the fundamental counting principle. You don't need to know that. But let's go back and just think about what we did yesterday. Here's what we did yesterday. I have 4 officers. I need to fill the spots. So I have 4 decisions to make. Who I'm giving my money to. Right now, I got 4 kids, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that first spot, how many choices do I have? I have 4. But once I use Trevor as my president, then I am down to either Justin, Geetha, or Majid for my vice president. So I'm down to 3, I'm down to 2, I'm down to 1. That's what we did yesterday, and that works. That's our fallback. Now there's another way to do it, and I'm going to show you that other way, and it looks like this. It is called, for my Algebra 2 trig kids, you're going to be like, oh yeah, it looks like this. Woo! That's a little scary, and I'm going to teach you now how to do that. Do I use that guy very much? I don't, because I am more comfortable with this, but some of you are going to be like, you know what? I just like using that. They both work. This means this. It means it's a permutation. Well, let's talk about it. Let's do it here. So here we did one way, the easy, basic way, right? That's where you just write it out. And the other way is this. So we're going to say this, and it's called NR. So here's what happens. This guy right here is the number of options you have, right? So how many options do you have? And this guy is the number of spots to fill, right? So when we did this a minute ago, I had 4 students. Those are my options. And I had 4 jobs to fill. And you're like, well, what the hell is that? That's not math. Well, I have 2 things to tell you. 1, I'm going to tell you how to do that math. 2 is some of you have calculators that will actually do that exact math in your calculator. Do I know where it's located in your calculator? I do not. But if you can find it under a probability or statistics, go for it. But I'm going to show you how to do it. And here's what it looks like. Are you ready? So it looks like this. The n goes on top, and it's factorial. And the r guy goes like this. It's n take away r on the bottom. So here's how I think about it. The n goes on top, and then I subtract these dudes, and it goes onto the bottom, right? So let's think about this problem right here. Are you guys ready? So it's 4 factorial on the top divided by 4 take away 4, or 0 factorial on the bottom. And you're like, but Miss T, isn't that 0? Turns out no. 0 factorial is dumb. It is 1. Why? I do not actually know. I should look that up, but I don't even care. So guess what? It's just going to be 4 factorial, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which was exactly what I did here. It's the same, right? So you have 2 ways of doing it. This way, put it on my desk, on the file, the little paper thing, or get your little calculator out. So right now, could you do me a favor? Could you find it in your calculator how to do 4 factorial? I'm going to help you look for it on your calculator if you've got a calculator out. If you want to use one of mine, you can. So grab something, go get a calculator so I can show you how to do it. They're all over. They might be even in their basket. See if there's any. There's one underneath your desk. No, we're going to do it because we've got blocks tomorrow. Yeah, no. For you guys Friday. I'm going to do it tomorrow. You won't be there. You ready? So here's how you find the factorial. So Jackson, and see, look, I'm yelling at you like I said I would. Oh, shut up. Damn it. Thought it was his phone. It's under PROB. So find PROB, and for graphing calculators, go to math first, then PROB, and then it's the little yay. So it's 4 yay. And it should be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which should be 24. Any questions? Anyone not know how to find it? PROB? Are we good? Liam, you got it? Got it. Everybody good? You can probably do the P. Yeah.
They have like the
Space. Yeah. Yeah. That's, you know what? That's why I don't, because it gets me confused. I'll show you how. I'll show you. Why? PROB. Or PRB. Sorry. So you hit the number first. So 4, PRB, slide, enter. Slide, enter. Yay, 4. Enter. It is, which is why it's easier for me to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Literally, I'm faster. Okay, so here we go. New problem. Everybody ready? So guys, I need you to watch. New stuff. Here we go. Everybody watching me up here. First period has staged a coup, and they've gotten rid of those people. They want the money. They want a shot at it. So they want to be the people who run the club. So there's two ways of doing this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to set up both, and I want you to pick which way you want to do it with your neighbors. One way is this way. I've got 4 spaces to fill. How many kids could I pick from in first period for this first spot? 35. Once I've used one of those people, how many are left for this next one? 34. How many are left for the next one? 33. And how many are left for the next one? 32. Now, what if you said, but Miss T, I want to use this action. Here's how it is. It's 35 choices. There are 4 spots. So here's what it's going to look like. 35 factorial divided by 35 take away 4, or 31 factorial. And think about it. The 31 gets rid of all the other stuff down here. These are the same thing. I'm going to be truthful. I am faster on my calculator going 35 times 34 times 33 times 32. I am very fast. Looking for all those damn exclamation points, I'm very slow. You pick which works, but do it now because I want to make sure you know how to get the right answer.
Is there any point where you have to use that?
No. Because this is actually, tomorrow we do this one, which is a little bit better to use, right? But I'm set it up. But to be truthful, some calculators do the P automatically for you, Marina, so if you could set it up that way. Yeah. Yes, and I will tell you where. Go to math. Do you find math? Prob, and then slide it till you find it. Or, no lie, Jordan, you can go 35 times 34 times 60 times 32 and be done. I'm good either way. So did you get some number like 1,200,000 and something like that? Yeah. Are we good? We good? I'm 6 of one, half dozen another. Yeah.
I'm trying to like figure out which one I like better.
I just knew there were 4 spots, right? How many kids in the class? Once I've used one of them, how many are left for the next spot? No, because I only have 4 spots. Because look at this. Look at this. This is 35 times 34 times 33 times 32. Do you agree with that? And 31 gets canceled out with all that. So it's the same. That's the same. Okay, we're going on. We're going to try the next one. Do me a favor. I'm going to walk around. Do Brooke. Right? Do Brooke. She's got 5 paintings. She actually, if you know Brooke Johnson, she does these incredible dinosaur paintings. They're crazy good. So she's got 5 of them. She's got a pterodactyl, brontosaurus, a T-Rex, a stegosaurus, and a brachiosaurus. So she's got these 5. What are the different orders she could put them in? Do it now. You have 2 options. Make your little 5 spots. You could do it that way, or you could make it 5P5, which is called a 5-pick 5. Either way, they're the same. It does not matter to me which way you choose, but choose a way. Can you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Yes. Could you go 5 factorial? Yes. All get you the same answer. $120? Yeah? What's wrong, Jordan? Well, it's just because you were busy doing other stuff. So you're going to be doing a little catch up here. So here's how I did it. I'm not going to lie. You could do it this 5-pick 5, right? Which would be 5 factorial divided by 0 factorial. And we know that 0 factorial is 1. So it's just this guy. Calculate it. Or you could say there are 5 spots. I have 5 pictures to pick from. 1 is hanging. I have 4 pictures to pick from. 3, 2, and 1. Because I have 5 dino paintings, how many different ways can they be arranged? I'm going to arrange the 5 pictures. Yeah. Now the next one gets a little weirder. This is Martin. It's Martin in the back. I don't know if you've ever seen his artwork. It's terrible. It just is. Let's be honest. He's got a lot of skills. This isn't one of them. But you know what? He tries. So he went and he put in 15 options. And he said, please put in 15 of my pictures. And they said, no, we'll do 3. So my question is, they're going to pick 3 random ones. How many different ways can they arrange them? So let's think about what we're doing one of 2 ways. You can either do it this way or you can do it this way. Let's start with the P way. How many options of these horrible options does the poor exhibition people have to pick from? 15. How many are they going to pick? They're going to be stuck with 3. You can do it that way. Or you can say, hey, I have 15 options for the first picture. One of them is being used. So now, thank God, I only have 14 to pick from. And now I've used 2 of them. Maybe, please God, let there be one that's not terrible, but there isn't. So there you go. Yes. If I was going to do it, it would look like this. It would be 15 factorial divided by 15 take away 3, or 12 factorial. Does it get you the same answer as 15 times 14 times 13? Yes. Am I just as fast at this? I am. But if you want to do that, I'm cool. I'm cool. Right? Again, this is kind of the difference between a lot of Algebra 2 trick teachers and me. I'm going to do both because I'm helping you where I'm bad at this. I'm not great at this. I'm good at this. Right? Okay, we're going to get a little weirder. Everybody still with me? Except Jordan, who's getting pissed off. Okay, here's what happens. This is something that teachers don't tell you. When you see repeats, it's not a permutation, but we feel like it is. And here's why. Once I can start repeating stuff, it messes up my order. So when you see something that says you can repeat things, I need you to go old school, right? I need you to go old school on this one. And then you're going to see what happens. And I'm going to give you a hint with the word repeat. And we're going to see what that hint is in about 2 minutes. Let's do this one old school. Are you ready? I am going to mix up the words in the letters tiger. How many spots do I have? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's start here. If I cannot repeat, I'm not going to repeat, then it's a permutation. How many choices do I have for this first guy? 5. And for the next guy? 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Which would have been this. P, 5, pick 5. That's awesome. But watch what happens when I can do repeats. When I can do repeats, oh, everything changes. So I just need you to know this. And this is what messed people up in algebra teacher. You're like, why did I get that problem wrong? And here's why. If I can repeat it, let's say I use the T right here. I can use the T again. How many choices do I have right there then? I got 5 again. And if I can repeat that stupid T again, I got 5 again. And if I can use it again, I got 5. And I got 5. It is the one with exponents. It's the one with exponents. So that's just a weird trick to know when you're allowed to repeat things. That's like that one last night when we had the multiple choice answers. And it was 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, right? Because you can repeat things. Yes. So are we good? Okay, last thing, best thing, weirdest thing. So here's what I need you to do. I'm going to teach you something weird, but I need you to clear your heads for a minute. So right now, talk to your neighbor about what would be the best thing if someone, a magical fairy showed up with a food that would be delicious, what would you be wanting right this very second? Talk for 2 minutes. Talk now. What would you eat? Talk.
For the domain on this one, it goes left to right, right?
Yep.
And so then would you start at
I
like
can't. Well, because if I start here, I'm in the lava, so I got to go
So
from
it's
here over.
3 to 19?
There you go, Trina. That's my girl. What would you eat? If a magical fairy came and said, "Here's something delicious," what would you want right now? Right now, a steak? Right this minute? Yeah, right this minute. They're showing up right this minute. Oh yeah. Oh, it's got a donut, like a really good donut.
So for the negatives, it switches to the switch this way, or does it?
I can't help you with that.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go on. I know, huh? I know because you're catching me up. Y'all be able to. Okay, here we go. So we have one last thing to talk about, girls and guys. This is the last weird thing, and you're gonna need to. It's at the bottom of your paper. You're gonna need to write down some notes. There is a difference between repeating something, right? So let's say no one wanted to be the principal or the vice principal of the school. You know what? Maybe I'm going to be both. I'm going to be the principal and I'm the vice principal. And I'm repeating the job. Yay. That's a lot for me to do. That's a lot. Here's what would be a better option. If I had a clone, and if I was the principal and my clone was the vice principal. But that is a different situation than me trying to do 2 jobs at once versus me having a clone. So here's what I need you to circle right now. We're going to talk about a weird thing called duplicates. Duplicates are when, here's a perfect example. Martin, out of his 15 pictures, one of them was decent, right? And so he copied that one over and over. So 8 of them were different, but 7 of them were the same damn picture, right? So if they were going to put up 3 pictures from him, they're not going to count all the duplicates. They're going to be like, oh, fine, we'll use that one good one. But it's like, there it is again. It's like, God, throw that one out. So when we have duplicates, we've got to account for those options and throw them out. Let me show you what I mean by this. We got the word kiss, Kiss. We got this S that is purple, and we have this S that is green, but they're really the same S. They are truly the same S. So I could write this like this, S, S-I-K, or I could write it like this, S-S-I-K. But you know what? That's the same thing. It's S-S-I-K. I can't count both of them. So what I'm going to show you is whenever we do duplicates, we use a slightly different formula. So write it down. It's easy. You will like it. And the formula goes like this. It's N on the top over D on the bottom. And you're like, what the hell? N is the number of letters, and D is the duplicates we're pulling out. So I'm looking at Martin's and thinking, yeah, 15, but damn it, 7 of those are just when you photocopied your butt. That doesn't even count, right? Like, and don't do that. It's creepy. Don't. I know you thought about it. I know that was tempting for you. So let's do this way. Watch what we're going to do. We're going to start. I think this is a hard one. Let's do this guy. Okay. So here's what I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. Yay. I have 2 duplicates. Yay. And then it's super straightforward. All that's doing is reducing the number of answers you get because you gotta pull the duplicates out. That's all we're doing. So what the answer on this one's gonna be, I'm gonna do it like this. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 2 times 1. They cancel out. I get 12. Could you have done it on your calculator? You could. Talk to me, baby. How about we do that right now? Ah. So like she set me up. I love this for me. So here's what. Let's count our letters. Are you ready? Count your letters on your paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 factorial on the top. But watch this. Tarantino, it turns out, has a shit ton of duplicates. What is the deal on that? So let's find all my duplicates. Well, I have 2 T's. So that's 1 pair of duplicates. Turns out I also have 2 A's. That's another pair of duplicates. And as luck would have it, I got 2 N's. Everyone missed those today in my other class. So here's the only thing I need to tell you. If you're going to do this on your calculator, you got to be careful of a couple of things. Thing number 1, you cannot make this, like you can't put those together. It is not 8 factorial. Order of operations says this. You do this guy, you do this guy, you do this guy. Say that again. Parentheses would work perfect, right? So you can do parentheses. So if you're going to put it in your calculator, put it in parentheses, right? Now, I'll be honest, 2 factorial is just 2. So do I even need to put that in my calculator? I don't. I'm going to just go 9 factorial in my calculator. 2 times 2 times 2 to make it 8. But if you want to, just use parentheses, right? Use parentheses. That's it. We're done. You have a full 25 minutes, and I'm going to come around. The answers are on here. I'm going to tell you a couple to pull off, and there's a couple tricky ones, and you got this. You got this. Put the answers on there. Can I what? Scroll up. Okay. Goodbye, people. Look.